Summer is golden.
Hi guys, Jessica Norman. This is Summer is Golden. Yeah guys, I failed to mention we did throw a line in while we were cooking. So, can you see that bob? Right there. You see a little orange thing out in the middle of the lake? That's our bob. It hasn't bobbed once. So even the turtles think it's gonna be a hot day. They don't even want none of this mess out here. But with strawberries, and we don't have whipped cream, but cheese. Oh, you know me and cheese. This is gonna be great. All right, guys. I'm not gonna keep telling you summer's still golden, because you already know. Well, Zioneers, I must say that that was quite a delectable brunch. However, the pancakes they weren't dry, they were tough. Not necessarily because I had no oil, but certainly because I cooked them too long. But not bad at all. And that bob is still out there not bobbing. It ain't buzzed. So we're gonna go on and pull that line and get to work, guys. We'll see you this evening when we try to cast again. Have fun, guys. Summer is definitely still golden. Oh yeah. Get out of here. Yeah, that's it. That's it. This shirt's not wet now. I've blown one up so high before that they burst at the seams. You had this big bubble in the middle. You can't sleep on it anymore. So anyway, that's that. We'll get it here at some point. Straighten up. For now, let's get to work, guys. Summer's golden. Hey Zioneers, just wanted to add one thing. You know how you like to try to be. Gotta have a lot of confidence and so forth even when you're out in the field. It's been raining since I got here. I didn't get a chance to hang anything up or make it look like a decent area. So I was just thinking about my bed. You know, it gets soggy after a while. I love air mattresses. You can do what you want with them. But when they get soggy, it's not that they're leaking, but they actually stretch. And you know, as they stretch, the air spreads out, and you don't really have that strength anymore, or that firmness anymore. Is it in? So it's out. So you gotta air them back up. Wait, something's not right. Something's not right. We must not be plugged up. Turn that off. Let's see what we got. Letting the air out.
No, the man works. And he started out saying the man loved the math. So now, last thing. Yeah. Explain why you need more than 4 dimensions for your string theory universe. Well, it's a very concrete explanation. When we look at the equations of string theory, there's a consistency equation where something must equal 0 and the math doesn't work. That something is a product of two things. One term is really complicated, it's never 0. The other term is the number of dimensions minus 10 to be equal to 10. That's it, I am not joking. This is where the constraint of extra dimensions comes from in string theory. The math is forcing our hand. Forces your hand. And then you say, well, let me take this math seriously. One thing you could say is, well, if it's not D equals 4, 3 space and 1 times 12, the theory away. Others of us will say, hey, let's just into the...
Oh my goodness, guys. You can't see it, but I can. It's these two heads that keep popping up around my bobber. And I guess it's two turtles. Because they just, see, can you see them now? It keeps coming up on the left there. You see the little ripple in the water? It's like they're circling the bait. Because they know better now. One of them's like sitting right next to it. I'm surprised it didn't dump yet. Yeah. It's almost like they're looking over here at me. Like, nah, we're not gonna. Oh, Lord, this is hilarious. This is almost better than catching fish. But anyway, these potatoes are sitting here rotting in my pot of water. I better go ahead and start using them. They're not gonna survive. The heat's just too much. If it were cool, it were like 50, 40, 50, 60 at night, anywhere in between there, then you would have a refrigerated type effect going on, and it wouldn't rot as quickly. But any hooligan from Brooklyn, we're gonna go ahead and cut some up and throw them on next to our aging pot of chili and pork. Now, if we survive this mission, you guys write a book about me now. Anyway, we'll be back, guys. Hey, guys. Welcome to another aha moment with Jessica Norman. Now, as you know, yesterday we talked about the height of these massive pine trees here in Georgia and so forth. This is just an area close to an urban center. When you really get out into the thick of Georgia, these trees are almost twice as tall, twice as massive, for lack of a proper term here. But I was just looking at this tree and wondering how in the heck that pine straw got up there. It's like entangled with some branch work. You see that? And I'm like, did a squirrel take that up there? I see a leaf hanging like from a spider web, so it may have all been dropped together by a spider web catching debris, but did the squirrel take the debris and drop it there? I was checking the other trees because, shoot, was it a flood that high through here? They're not telling us what kind of zone we're in here. And every time it rains, you know. But no, I don't think it was that. But just like the bark chipped away on the tree, my questions are flying. Still, I want somebody to chime in the comments down there. Tell me what you know about chipping the bark away from the base of the tree like that. That one seemed to be done to either free the sap, or the flowing sap is just simply a result of somebody chipping away at its bark. But yeah. And the pine straw that's all over the landscape around here. Pine straw. How does it all gather right there in that one spot? That's a spider. Could be one of those spiders. Now, Georgia has a spider about as big as your hand. It didn't quite get that big and toward the urban centers, but when you really get out there into the thick that I'm talking about, the northern Georgia thick, even some of the swamp Georgia thick areas, they got that big spider. He's very colorful, orange and yellow and so forth. And, you know, even as I remodeled a home for my old boss, well, she's not my old boss, I just say that because I worked for different people since her, but she employed me at a time when life was very uncertain, and I probably would not have survived not being employed during that time. My good friend, Miss Yuri, and I was in her house in a subdivision I won't name, and I was remodeling it. I stayed there for a couple months remodeling it, and she had a lot of big trees like this in that yard, and those spiders dominated that tree line. I mean, you come out there at night, you got to be careful and look up like you're in Africa looking for monkeys or something, because these spiders would cast these elaborate nets, these elaborate webs, right out in front of the door and the driveway and whatever, and you walk right through, you got this big spider web in your face, only to find out that the creature on the end of the web is big as your hand. So yeah, that was a pretty eerily fascinating event. And but out here I see spiders, but most of them are very small. I haven't seen any of those large ones yet. But as you drive through certain areas throughout Augusta, you'll see these clusters of spider web, just big clusters. And yeah, those are the spiders that live in. And they generally dominate these pine trees. But I don't see any around here. I haven't seen any since I've been here. So I'm thinking that we're in a place where they've been either eradicated from, or they just are not native to this area. Yeah, one of Georgia's most interesting looking spiders. I don't know the name of it, but I'm sure if I wanted to do some research, I could tell you about it. I'll let you do it and you tell me what that spider is. All right, guys, let's get back to breakfast. Another one of those natural tsunamis created unnaturally by the boats passing. When it first starts, it's kind of like, wow, who's over there trudging through the water, you know? All right, let's see. We're just gonna throw a little mango smoothie together here. We just dropped the mango in, and we're gonna add, we don't have any ice, we don't have any cream. We're gonna use yogurt and not even the good stuff, the regular Walmart crap, to make our smoothie. A little bit of key lime, and peach. So peach, mango, key lime smoothie. It's just barely chilled, so that's the cooling effect. And of course, the coffee-inspired cakes, I've pretty much destroyed them. It's difficult to cook with no oil. And a peach flavor. It does actually have little small pieces of peach in it, so I won't talk too bad about it, Walmart. Despite the fact that they've almost doubled the price since the pandemic. For something that wasn't worth what they were charging for it then. All right. You just had to have the, and we'll blend that when we go inside here. But you had to have some oil for this to turn out right, and it didn't. Then I tried to cover it with the other pan, and talk about ruined pancakes. No oil is the worst, but I kind of distorted the temperature by putting the other pan on top of it, and ended up getting pancake mix on the bottom of it. Just trying to keep everything hot at the moment. And I'm gonna cook this egg, and then we'll go ahead and eat that, and have our mango key lime peach smoothie, because we don't have any ice. I don't know what else to call it. So yeah, we're not gonna keep on standing around here watching for this pole to dip. We need to find us another fishing spot in a few days. I don't think we can stay here because there's nothing happening. So I know we're not gonna try. This trailer's gonna be cool for just loading the lawnmowers and going somewhere. Maybe the bikes go. I don't know. We're not going far in it. That idea to take it cross country would have been a disaster. That would have truly been a disaster, because we'd be broke down on the side of the road like we just were just coming here. We need to get us a trailer, pull behind this thing, or go ahead and go camper, because this is not gonna work. So we gotta pull that off and figure out how to fix the bearings and whatnot in here before we can even leave. So it's not gonna be all fun and games. So next time we go into town, we will have taken this wheel off and we're going in to get some parts, so forth. Now that's why you take your tools with you when you go on the road. All right, guys, let's get some brunch. Summer's golden. One egg and a magic smoothie in there, getting at it. I tell you, we're about to have brunch. And I lost my signal. I was watching Star Talk, but I guess Boost Mobile decided I was using too much of their data today, so they shut me down. All right, guys, I don't like cold food, but this is quickly coming in. Let's give us a shot at this smoothie. It looks like it's gonna be delicious. Look at that. Fresh mango, fresh. Yeah. And two pudding. Now, I can tell you right now what's missing. The ice is missing. If there were ice, you wouldn't even need cream. Look at that. You wouldn't even need cream. All you need is a little ice here, and this would be a nice, staunch, cool smoothie. Oh my. Nice, just a cup of pudding. But it tastes very good. It's a very creative idea, so we will swing back to that. Strange. Anyway, guys, enjoy your brunch. Pork ribs, laced in chili sauce, 1 egg, sauteed potatoes with mushrooms and onions, and mango hotcakes. I'll let you know how it was. See you guys in a moment. Okay, I know. I want to know too. The hotcakes are a bit tough. Two things: no oil, and I whipped them up and let them sit too long, so they went flat. That's why they're kind of tough and not fluffy. Still very good though. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. The potatoes are slightly undercooked, just as I intended. Seriously though, because I'm gonna have to use those again for dinner. I didn't want to overcook them and they'd be mush. So now they're just right for breakfast. Later they'll be just right for dinner. I wish I had a piece of steak. I'd do a little something on the side with sour cream base. Oh wow. We'll give that to the birds. See what they think. It actually went all the way out of the tent. Let's get out of here. Enjoy your brunch. If you see what I see, summer is golden. Let this be what it be. Summer is golden.
Summer is